Fall preseason coverage continuing here on the Trojan Sports Network. We're out here with women's tennis head coach Jini Morgan. And coach, your team starts 2-0 here in the fall campaign with a real nice win over Bethel the other day. What made you so happy about this 2-0 start?
I think my girls showed heart and showed some good head and worked really hard in the off season this summer and came out ready to play.
Your team brings back 41 of last season's 42 singles match victories. How much has that helped you here in the preseason, and maybe knowing that you have a group of girls that have been through the regular season and preseason, everything else that comes with that? How has that helped you and the coaching staff here in the fall?
Well, it's really good to have the experience of a team coming back. They definitely bring a calmness out on the court, whereas sometimes when you get the freshmen out, they get that freshman jitter the first match. Although I have to say, we had one freshman step into the lineup, and she played great, didn't show any freshman nerves, so it's really good to have the experience.
One of those top returners is Molly Fletcher, your #1 singles player from a year ago. What does it mean, and what has she improved on in the offseason to get better here for 2017-2018?
This is actually the first time she has not been dealing with her injury that she came with, so all of last year, still recovering from that, so it's really nice to see her full strength and to actually see the capacity that she has out on the court. So it's going to be a new day up at court one for sure. She won really well last year, but this year it's going to be pretty heavy. So.
And an interesting scheduling note, we mentioned the win over Bethel to start the interview off. How different is that to get a team ready to play a conference match, just the second match into the season after they've been off for the whole summer? Obviously they've been training, but they haven't really been with you and the staff. How difficult is that to get a team ready to play a really important match, your guys' second time out when it counts?
It's definitely not easy. I mean, we come in 2 weeks early, and they do a lot of training. But in that time, we've got to figure out doubles teams, lineup. We know pretty well where everyone's going to fall, but to get match ready is pretty difficult. We have to cram a lot of time in on the court. So my girls are doing about 6 hours a day, trying to rest a lot in between. But it's not an easy feat for sure.
And lastly, going forward, what do you want your team to improve upon the most?
I would say just they've got the game, they've got the skill. Just as we grow more on the mental side of it, that's where our biggest need for improvement is. And already I'm seeing it, just how they're overcoming tough situations. And we've had to fight quite a bit in our first couple matches, and I think that's just the early preseason shaking it all off. But yeah, it's definitely the mental game. So.
You're on the road for a couple matches this week and then back here at home. Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thanks.
That's head women's tennis coach Jini Morgan joining us here today. Again, we mentioned Taylor Women's Tennis back here at home next week for a couple of matches. If you can't make it out, make sure to stay tuned to athletics.taylor.edu for all of the updates. For women's tennis head coach Jini Morgan, I'm Rick Johnston, Trojan Sports Network.